This year changed me, how I think of people and how I think about myself. Here's what I learned. I have all these wrote down here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. Discipline beats motivation every time. When I was studying for my exams this year, I found that if I just thought about the worst thing possible, that could be my future, it would just motivate me more. I think it's very, very important as well to keep yourself motivated even when you don't feel motivated at all. Like even looking at Inspo and Pinterest or even on TikTok, the motivational talk, listen to them. Like, it might be a waste of your time, but at least you're spending it trying to figure out something that could positively impact your future. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. Some people are not meant to. Everyone is on their own path in life. The more you look around at other people's paths, you see their directions are very, very different to yours. Saying no is a form of self-respect. I think this year I lacked it a lot, but it's okay to say no when you don't want to do something. It can be anything. It can be the smallest things and it could just escalate, and it's really powerful, you know? So saying no is definitely a form of self-respect. Now, everyone who claps for you wants you to win. What I've learned from this is everyone will support you until you're doing better than them. So when you're looking around at your circle, your friends, and you see how much they want you to succeed, you also have to remember it's you who's succeeding, not them. It's very good to get feedback from people, and getting support is huge, but also remember that this is your journey in your life, and you have to understand that, you know, jealousy is normal and people are going to feel jealous if you are succeeding more than them. But again, this kind of links back to the path. We are all on different paths. Comparing your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10 will kill your confidence. This I've stuck by a lot, especially at the start of the year when I had like really bad acne. I know like this is mostly dermatitis, like on my scalp, that's why I cover it. But when I had really, really bad acne, you know, I'd look at someone with like perfect skin who's kind of on the same track as me, doing things that I do, and I was like, damn, I want to be like that. But the only thing holding me back was my skin. Like, how silly is that? But you know, it does kill your confidence. You need to make sure that you are looking after yourself, even if you have acne or you have any skin condition at all. You need to make sure that you are putting yourself first and you are not comparing yourself to anyone, because that's just going to make you feel like shit. The right people make your life lighter, not harder. I let go of so many people this year because I felt that they were dragging me down with them. And you know, this kind of correlates back to this no is saying, or the form of self-respect. When you have to push yourself to say no to your friends for anything, that's not friendship at all. You don't need to have a perfect start. You just need to start. This as well, I kind of have this with like kind of confidence as well, and reading and school as well. You know, people always say New Year's, new me, which I understand is like, you know, a fresh new year, a fresh start, but you can have that fresh start any time during the year. You don't have to have that on the 1st of January. If anything, I think the 1st of January is like a really bad place to start, because just after Christmas, you're kind of trying to get your life back sorted. I think even mid-January is kind of okay. But yeah, you can have a fresh start any time. No one is stopping you from having a fresh start. It's just the stigma of the 1st of January, everyone going to the gym, and they only start the gym and just leave like right at the end of the month. You know, you can start anywhere. You can start right now. Everything changes when you take responsibility for your life. This is a big one. You know, you kind of rely on your friends to kind of pick you up and help you, and kind of help you understand what mistakes you've done in your life. Well, for me anyways. But I think kind of stepping back and looking at all the choices you've made in your life, wrong or right, regardless, and understanding and growing from it, and kind of, you know, asking yourself, if I was making them choices now, how would I do them differently, and how do I avoid from doing them in the future? If you like you know, if you did something really bad, like really bad in the past, and you're sorry about it, and if you've expressly said you're sorry about it, you can grow from that. If you take responsibility, that is a step into moving. If you hold that in, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck, like there's a rock dragging you down on the ground. You're not going anywhere. You have to let it go. Comfort felt good in the moment, but it is quietly dragging you down. Yeah. I think this year especially, I kind of relied on comfort and getting out of my comfort zone. And I like looking back now, I'm like, that was so stupid. It was so stupid. I don't know why I did it. Like, I don't know why I just relied on comfort and I was too scared to do anything, because I technically, you know, ruined this year for myself. But yeah, you know, and next year especially, kind of from collecting all of these lessons I've learned, I understand that I can be a different person next year, and I could be a different person the year after that, and etc. etc. It doesn't have to start now or then. It can start any year. My future isn't built in big moments. It's built in boring daily choices. This I kind of see, like, you know, making your bed, you know, organizing your vanity, like really, really random ones. But, you know, organization is good for your brain. It can help you have a more balanced mindset. Getting, like, decluttering your room. Like, you know, if you're very, very on point and if you have OCD or something, you know, you always want something to be perfect. Or even being a perfectionist if you don't have OCD. That kind of can transpire into your future and kind of help you get on the path of, how am I going to work around what I have to make sure that I am mentally okay, and how I'm going to orchestrate this into a positive light and not make myself go crazy. And, you know, even as little as making your bed in the morning, if you do that every day for the rest of your life, that is a continuous thing that is not going to change. So if you do smaller tasks and you build from them, then, you know, you can have a better future. The days I thought didn't matter mattered the most. This is huge. I think this in my summer holidays, I was so, like, I only read like 4, 5 books even. I was so behind in my reading and schoolwork and all, even though you don't have to study over the summer holidays. I just felt so behind, and, you know, it's something I should have done and I really regret it. So, you know, every day matters, and every day is a step in the future, so you have to make it matter. I realised I was the only one delaying my own growth. This clocked me. This actually clocked me. You know, mental growth, physical growth, anything is only done by you. Just, you know, if you're delaying your own growth now, get on top of it. If you feel badly about it, get on top of it, because it's not going to change by just waiting. You have to change it. I learned to listen to my intuition. It was usually right. This is huge. This is a big one. And I was right. You know, everything I thought was going to fail for me did fail. Anything I thought was going to succeed, it succeeded. Another thing as well is, people have a very, very weird stigma to hoping something fails or hoping something succeeds. I think if you know something is going to succeed and you say, no, it's going to succeed, you're just setting yourself up for failure, literally. You know, I had a job interview. I was told I was going to get it. I knew I wasn't going to get it, and obviously I listened to myself and I didn't get it. You know, obviously it's sad, but it was in the cards, because everything happens for a reason. You can't wish that something's going to happen if you know deep down it's not going to happen. So that's just my personal one. Not every loss was a failure. Some were redirected. Again, another big one. I spent a lot of time during the summer working on myself. I kind of just locked myself away. But, you know, when people say they're like, you know, it's not good to lock yourself away, I didn't necessarily lock myself away the whole summer, but most of the summer, and I read. I didn't just go on my phone. Actually, I barely went on my phone during the summer, I come to think of it. But that's the kind of point I'm getting at here, is, you know, I may have wasted my summer But that loss of that time period I could have spent with my friends and all, I use that to benefit me now. I think this summer was hugely important to me and my self-well-being. And, you know, I learned to blossom in my own room, in the safety, comfort of my four walls. And I went down my comfort zone and I did stuff I wouldn't usually do. And I gained my own self-confidence just in them four walls. I learned that my standards weren't too high, I was just offering them to the wrong people. This is another big one. I think I say this every time, but, you know, I know from living in it used to be just a small town, but now it's kind of growing. Well, it is growing rapidly. You know, there's not many options. Everyone has their own friendship groups, their own circles, and I'm lucky to be in my own circle, because I know there's some people that aren't even qualified to enter a circle. But, you know, your standards can't be too high, because they're your standards. They're what you need to satisfy yourself in anything. And if people don't meet your standards, you're just unsatisfied and you're not getting anything from it. So, you know, your standards can never be too high. I learned that it's okay to move on my own pace. You know, people rush to get older, and as this is my last month of being 16, I just felt like there was such a rush. And I just want to relax. My 17th year of life, I want to relax. I want to take it easy and I want to focus on myself. And, you know, whatever next year brings, it brings. This year didn't give me everything I wanted, but it gave me everything I needed. I'm still learning, still growing, still becoming. And if you're watching this and you're feeling tired or you're feeling unsure, you're not alone. We're all still growing, just quietly.